Hey there everyone, welcome back to the Pandaria Beta. My name is Daesvail and I'm here to show you just the Windwalker glyphs for now. I'm going to cover each spec individually and then I'll cover all the rest of the glyphs. Minor and major I'll do in the same video actually. But I'm going to show you which ones are Windwalker specific and explain the changes that they'll give you. The first one that is Windwalker specific is Glyph of Afterlife, which will increase your chance to summon a healing sphere when you kill an enemy that gains experience or honor by 25%. Now normally without this glyph you'll have a 50% chance, and that healing sphere will give you 15% of your total health, and it lasts for about 30 seconds it says. I have seen it last for much shorter though, so it might just be bugged right now, but having that at 75% with this glyph will be really nice for leveling or for PvP. It'll also increase your ability to summon a healing sphere, sorry, when your enemy dies from Blackout Kick. Now, in the recent patch, Blackout Kick's damage was upped a lot, and now does still not that much more than Tiger Palm. So Tiger Palm's still worth it over Blackout Kick, but they're working on how Blackout Kick will work for Windwalkers. So that will change in the future. Next glyph is Glyph of Fists of Fury, which is a Windwalker glyph, major glyph, and while you're channeling your Fist of Fury, you will parry all attacks. It will not reflect in the tooltip, so just remember, if you have the glyph, you'll be parrying everything that comes into your way. It's a nice glyph, and it'll also make it so that anything that avoids your stun from it, because that's supposed to also stun the enemies. If they're immune to stuns, this will be nice in PvP. You'll be parrying all attacks while still doing a good deal of damage for anyone who happens upon the front of you. The next glyph, if you scroll down, will be Glyph of Sparring, and this is another major glyph. While sparring, you also have a 5% chance to deflect spells from attackers in front of you, stacking up to 3 times. Now, Sparring is a Windwalker passive, and when you are attacked by a melee enemy in front of you, you begin to spar their attacks, increasing your chance to parry by 5% for 10 seconds. This effect has a 30-second cooldown, and when you attack them back, Sparring's amplified by an additional 5%, and it stacks up to 3 times. So that's kind of nice to get. You'll be able to have 15% increase. Yeah, 15%, unless I'm misreading how this will work. Increase parry, so that'll be nice for PvP. I can't really see it being good for raiding, because you're not supposed to be taking damage. Tank's supposed to be taking damage, so you never know. But now if you put this on, sadly it does not reflect in the tooltip. They'll probably update that though. You'll be able to also reflect spell, 5% chance to deflect spells, stacking up to 3 times, so 15% chance to deflect spells. That'll be very nice. So it'll be a nice change that you can get with that glyph. Glyph of Touch of Karma is actually one of the more raid useful ones that I would say is in there. So for major glyphs, these would actually, if I took just Mistwalker glyphs, this would be what I would be taking. Because I would take that, if there's ads, kind of nice. I would probably actually replace that with a non-Mistwalker glyph, and this gives me some more survivability. So I'm talking in just having Windwalker specific glyphs. You don't need to though, so think about that. But Glyph of Touch of Karma will give your Touch of Karma a 20-yard range. Now normally, I'll take this off to show you. Touch of Karma has a melee range, and Touch of Karma is casted upon the enemy, so if I wanted to use it, I'd build up some chi, and now I'd be able to use it. But the moment I get out of melee range, I can't use it. So then with Glyph of Touch of Karma, take the glyph, and now up to 20 yards away, which, imagine in a raid environment, that's a good deal away. It's not that far, but it's not that close. Touch of Karma is actually a really powerful DPS glyph. The glyph for it would add a lot of DPS components to it, because it takes any damage that you're taken up to your maximum health and will deal it as a dot over 6 seconds. Now, right now, that means I could get up to 160k into one dot that ticks over 6 seconds. It's a really powerful glyph for raid damage, because you don't have to be right up in their face to do it. You can just stand back and be like, oh hey, touch of karma. Any damage you deal to me now is going to be reflected back. It's really powerful for that aspect to it, and it'll make things like, if you take for example Ultraxion. If you ever stayed out, you could use the damage reducers, but you could also use Touch of Karma. So that means that all the damage you would take would then go to him, and give you a nice boost of DPS. Because it's 2 cheat cost, 1.5 minute cooldown, it's definitely worth the cooldown and the cheat cost. If you move on down, you can see that there are only three right now, Windwalker specific minor glyphs, which is Flying Serpent Kick, which your Flying Serpent Kick will automatically end when you fly into an enemy, triggering the area of effect damage and snare. Now this is nice because Flying Serpent Kick, at first, before you have it, you can use it, but then you have a pretty high chance of totally missing the person. Now with this, I apologize for the druid, use it, yep, still triggered. It's just slightly buggy with how far you go, especially since this is a raid target. I wasn't even sure if it would work. But when you see that instead of having to time to click it again, you can just cast it, go in, charge really quick, and there you go, you're in the fray, you start DPSing or hitting on the person, whatever. It'll be really nice for raids and PvP for that aspect, because you can be able to take out a lot of the closing time. So this is our closer, and it makes it a lot nicer. Next one is Rising Tiger Kick, which will just change your Rising Sun Kick's visual to the color of the white tiger. So normally, I'll show you the white tiger kick. It's not that amazing, but oh, and it bugged. Hold on. Build up some more chi. Okay. It has a red, like, sun-like. Yeah, it says Rising Sun Kick, so it does give the, like, sun color. But take Rising Tiger Kick. Oh, I can't do that while in combat. Stop attacking. Come on. Come on, you. You take it. Oh. It had a whiter color, but maybe it's not fully implemented yet. Oh, there we go. Nice white, blue, celestial color. Because if you've seen, I think his name is Zuin. Let's look at the towns. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but Zuin, the white tiger, he's a, like, white, see-through, celestial-like being. So, that'll be nice for that. And then the last Mistwalker specific glyph is minor glyph is Spinning Fire Blossom. Your Spinning Fire Blossom requires an enemy target rather than traveling in front of you, but is no longer capable of rooting targets. Now normally, if you wanted to use Spinning Fire Blossom, I have that guy over there targeted. But I turn this way and it goes that way, and it just hits the wall. Now you take this glyph, now that I have it, I can't cast it with no target. But then you target him, facing that way, still goes towards him. So this will probably be a requirement for any Mistwalker. Whoa. Sorry about that. Any Mistwalker in Windwalker. Oh, too many similarities. For any Windwalker in a raid environment, I would say that in PvP you would probably still want the forward-facing move, because that'll make it still able to root, and a root in PvP is good compared to a little bit more damage. That's more reliable. But in a raid you can be far away, and since Crackling Jade Lightning has a chance to generate 1 chi, you use Crackling Jade Lightning when you have to be far away, and then you cast Spinning Fire Blossom. So you will alternate between these two. That'll sometimes give you a chi, As you see, I just got 3 chi there, so now I'm able to cast 3 more of these. And then you start using that again. It's nice to be able to go between those as what you need for ranged attacks. So while you are a melee class, you still have some stuff you can do while you're far away to still be doing some damage. So along with Touch of Karma, that'll be really nice if you have to be far away but there's still raid damage. But that's all for now for the Windwalker. I'll be showing the Brewmaster and Mistweaver specs next, and then I'll be doing the final of just the normal glyphs that aren't for a specific spec. But that's all for now. I'll see you next time, and thank you for watching.